Welcome to Recovering Addict. I'm LT, a grateful alcoholic recovering addict.
Hello, my preciouses. I'm Felice, your co-host. Married to this guy. Love him.
Hopefully our audio's on. Hopefully we're not just here blabbing at the camera for nothing.
I see lips flapping.
But if this is your first time catching the show, just know that we are here to support the still suffering addict and anybody who is interested in recovery, progressing their recovery beyond the 12 steps and beyond their IOPs through educational books like Addictive Personality, the one that we are currently on, and to help us prevent relapse in the future. And all in all, just to make us better people. The show is hopefully designed to help people become better people, to learn how to deal with better people. I'm actually going to read something tonight out of Strength and Perspectives. I'm taking this little peer support class I've been telling you about, and something stood out to me, and I think we could all gain a little something from that. Tonight we're going to go through our personality, addictive personality book. We're going to talk about how it just keeps going down, keeps spiraling down. The process just keeps getting worse and worse. We start getting out of control, and then it drains our energy. You guys been there? Stage 2, we went through stage 1. Stage 1's all internal. Stage 2 is when it finally starts to show, and it just continually gets worse and worse after that. And sometimes it ends up in death, and that's what we want to prevent 100%. And support the people who have actually pulled the ejection seat and gotten out of there before it actually got to that point like I did. Like we always hear, jails, institutions, and death. I've been to all but 3. I've been to 2, but not 3. I've been to jail, I've been to institutions, but luckily I've never experienced death yet. So that's what you can expect. We'll go through that. We got a couple of really good questions from Discord. We'll read our 24-hour a day. We'll get into our book, listen to Cassie's quote of the day, and then we will read NA just for today, and then say the Serenity Prayer and get up on out of here. And then about our new schedule coming up, we're going to stream until Thursday. Thursday will be the day that we kick it in. I'm going to start my new program on Friday night. So then after Thursday, we will be back Sunday, which will kick off the new schedule of Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays for about 3 months until I finish my peer support specialist and my life coach thing, and then we will reevaluate then, and so that'll be our next 3-month schedule. So our 4-month schedule, we've been live every single night. I think we've only missed 2. The next 3 months will be live 3 days a week, and then we'll reevaluate and go another 3-month chunk. We'll just go like every 3 months. It seems like it's working out pretty good like that.
Yeah.
So I think Felice wants to say what's up to everybody. I can feel it.
To. I've been waiting. I'm like, what?
It's my turn. I want to say hi.
Because we got a new chat winner, and his name is Kyle.
Kyle for the win.
Kyle wins. Hi, Kyle. Des almost won. Your first loser.
He was up early too.
Oh, hello, Desmond. Hey, John.
What's up, John?
Good evening, morning, afternoon, family. To all the Mossies out there, hello tomorrow.
Hey, John, how's your head and heart after the? I know you were struggling a couple days ago. How you feeling today, brother?
Hello, my Raina. I'm staring at you. And we got Lish in house.
Alicia, she had a morning like I had, and we were both kind of freaking out. How you feeling now, Alicia?
Hey, Sky.
Scott, love.
Love to see you, Sky. Hello, Mr. Teeter.
Mr. Teeter, get back to that stack of papers you showed me.
And the one and only Merc.
Oh, there's the myth, the man, the legend.
And we got Vincent again
What's up, brother?
tonight.
Nice.
So good to see you.
Glad you're here, brother.
Glad you keep coming back.
Misty Johns, did we say hi to Misty already?
Not yet. We got Misty
Hello.
in chat. Aw, it's the Cleavers. Hey, Todd.
What's up, Todd?
Monday, boom, boom, boom.
How'd everybody's Monday go?
Hello, Mrs. Bell.
Carla Bell, good
Carla.
evening. Good to see you. Glad you are here.
And we got Nathan. Nathan.
Nathan! Oi, bruv!
Oh, shoot. Petey. Hey, Petey. Let's see. And we have Wendy. Well, hello, Wendy.
Hello, Wendy
I'm
Crandall.
just joining live. How do I stop?
How do you stop? Are you currently high and drunk? Are you in middle of active addiction and you want to quit? Is that your question? If it is, maybe we can support you. Give us your drug of choice and kind of where you're at right now. We're going through a book called Addictive Personalities, and we've learned that there's stages 1 and stage 2 and stage 3. And stage 1 is you're in this internal battle. People around you don't really understand or know that you're going through this addictive process yet. Once you enter into stage 2, your addict starts showing, and that's when you start lying to people. That's when you have rituals, and you're starting to really just become this addict. And it gets deeper and deeper and darker. And stage 3 is when, we'll get there. But where do you think you're at? If you do want to quit, give us your drug of choice. We have a community. Look at us as a bridge to a community. This little hour here is based on education, talk, and fun. And then we're a bridge to a community, the Discord and a private Facebook group. If you're really seriously looking for support, we have a group that holds this channel up. Everybody in this chat that is just willing to help, man. We just reach. There's a couple other channels that actually assist us with this. Nicole over at Real Talk Recovery. She's amazing, and I know she's got a great community. It's like a 2 community that works together. And even today, Nicole and I were chatting back and forth about somebody struggling, and everybody started reaching. I know this person reached and got their phone later that day and had probably like 15 different people texting them about support. So if you need support, we got you.
And we have Raylene.
Raylene, what's going on?
Hello. We got the wonderful Cassie.
Cassie's still sweating, making that last video. She's still sweating. What'd John say?
John.
I hate when the chat does that.
Me too.
Head and heart is doing better, good. But as with everything, LT, it is a work in progress. Yeah, I hear you, brother. I feel better after I vented this morning in the bot chat section of Discord with Alicia and Nathan. And the bots, yeah.
The bots will listen.
Man, my son's pissing me off, man. Whew.
Hey, Murd.
What's going on, Murd? How you doing, Mr. Red?
And
good to see
Marcus is here.
Ah, right on, brother. I'm glad you're here.
Also got the wonderful
music lover.
And Aubrey. Love seeing Aubrey.
Aubrey Harris. There's my brother.
I'm not spiraling down in my alcoholism because I feel as though I had been placed in a position of neutrality, safe and protected by my higher power. How are y'all?
Wonderful today.
Jacqueline, how are things going, Jacqueline?
Jacqueline, she's living today in a victory. I love it.
Let's see, on this Cancer new moon, I went really well. Put all thoughts on there for manifest and visualize an incredible path forward. Amazing. Hello,
Awesome.
Marilyn.
Marilyn.
I'd like to put a pic. I don't know how.
You just got to go to your actual Google account. If you go actually into your YouTube channel, you click on that little circle, it's going to take you to your YouTube or your Google account, and that's where you change it.
We got Naomi.
Naomi. I almost sing as good as she does.
Tyrone. He's drunk and smoking quit drugs forever, I promise.
I'm drunk and smoking quit drugs. That doesn't make sense. You're drunk right now? Tyrone, come on, man. We can help you. Jump on those Discord links, man. Let's get through this together.
What stage is this one?
That sounds like internal character defects and all that stuff. I don't know. That could be your character. I don't know what you're mad about. I don't know what set you off. Because righteous anger's okay.
Here's Wendy again.
No alcohol, been clean for 6 days.
Keep it up.
That's good. Wendy, I was drinking a fifth of last year and a half of my drinking. I quit almost a year ago now. The last year and a half, 2 years of my drinking was a fifth a night, gallons on the weekend, as much as I could. Cravings, you're missing sugar. Cravings, I reached for milkshakes, chocolate milkshakes, the large ones. And it helps. It gets you through all that stuff. But remember, if you know you're an alcoholic and that's alcoholism, you remove the alcohol, you're left with the ism. So as you're getting over these cravings, you got to start working upstairs. And then that's what we call relapse prevention. We start learning about addiction triggers, and we start learning tools to help us through these things. We start replacing the time that we were drinking with positive, healthy time, because nature abhors a vacuum. You remove something, something else is going to replace it. And if you're not consciously replacing that with something positive, something very negative could fill that space. So it's all up here. We just got to work on our minds. That's what recovery is all about, is self-mastery. Self-mastery when nobody's looking.
Merc for the win.
Yeah.
Go visit Real Talk. Go visit Nicole at YouTube.
Nicole's another one that you can chime in. The goal with Nicole and I, as we get up here, and Felice, we get up here, we're kind of the faces on the screen. But our goal is to create a community to where whatever you need, we hope to have a place for that for you. If you need this kind of support, hopefully we have something here to support you. If you need this type of support over here, hopefully we've set something up to give you that kind of support. We want to be able to blanket a community with whatever they might need and whatever struggles they're having.
Hey, Danielle.
Hey, Danielle. Nice to see you. It's been a minute.
Oh, Jessica. Welcome back.
Jessica. Good to see you.
Who else? Danielle. Did I say hi to you? Hey, Lori.
Lori Waters. How are you? Question I posted before the live question reflected the mood this past weekend. I noticed. I kind of was figuring that.
Tyrone.
I liked it. It's a good question.
Tyrone says it's scary.
Brother, I know. It's actually scarier to actually keep staying that way than it is to be in recovery.
Yep. Candace, hey there, everyone. Having a therapeutic evening at the park watching baseball. Oh, I love baseball.
I love baseball.
And your show. Thank God for another sober day. And
Amen.
hello, Sawyer House.
Sawyer House. What inning is it? Who's up to bat? What's the count? Come on, give us a play-by-play.
This guy said, I noticed when I get triggered lately, I polish off half a bag of sea salt popcorners.
Oh, really? Going for the sodium, huh? I was going for the sugar. Sea salt pop. I bet that's good.
Yeah. Hey, Dwight.
Dwight, what's going on? There's a May 30th brother right there.
That's for you, Tyrone.
Yep. Yes, I've given Tyrone the Discord numerous times. So we just got to walk him through it just like we all had to learn.
My cravings have been
Sugar cake.
Fries, ice cream, everything sugar, but I've also been running every day, so I'm hoping one will alter the other.
Yeah, gotta.
It's all right,
I don't want to get fat.
Just get through the withdrawals, and then you just worry about the rest.
Yeah, when I was first quit, because I was drinking this really sugary whiskey. It was Black Velvet, man. It was really sweet. And at night, I had a bag of peanut M&Ms next to the bed, and then during the day, I would have this huge rush of cravings, and I'd tell Felice, grab me a milkshake, and we'd go get milkshakes or whatever, and it would help. It'd subside it. But then, now I got to start working out.
Withdrawals suck. I'm pulling through, though. You got this, man.
Good job. No worries, Lori. Sleep well.
Just glad you popped in to say hi.
Yeah, I'm glad you said hi.
Oh, don't forget the donuts.
Where's Des? Where's Des? Surprised Des didn't say that.
I've shown my video off to family and friends.
Aw.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Thank you. I'm glad.
Here's the donuts.
That's so cool. And Brian Thorlstrup, thanks for the subscribe, brother. Thank you. Today's the 20th, July 20th. Let's read our AA thought of the day, man. These have been some good ones lately. It says AA thought of the day. We must be loyal to the group and to each member of it. Okay, guys, let's look at it as us, okay? This is talking about AA, but this goes for all the A's and any recovery group you're a part of. We must be loyal to the group and to each member of it. We must never accuse members behind their backs or even to their face. It is up to them to tell us themselves if anything is wrong. More than that, we must try not to think bad things about any member. Because if we do, we are consciously or unconsciously hurting that person. We must be loyal to each other if AA is going to be successful. While we're in this lifeboat trying to save ourselves and each other from alcoholism, we must be truly and sincerely helpful to each other. Helpful to each other. That's our first thought, and that's what's making me think, or what is going to have me read here in this little section in a second. So here's our question. Am I a loyal member of the group? Who's a loyal member? Can you raise your hand and go, I'm a loyal member? I know about 15 of you stick out in my mind as loyal members to the group. And what I mean by loyal, it's not that you just show up and chat and you talk to people, but you're actually involved. When somebody's hurting, I see people dive into action. I love it. Meditation for the day. It says, carry out God's guidance as best you can. Leave the results to Him. 417, Alicia. She had to remind me of that one today. She's on 417. I'm like, yes. For all that you don't know, read page 417 in the big book. Acceptance.
And if you don't have a big book, go get one.
Get one. Do this obediently and faithfully with no question that if the working out of the guidance is left in God's hands, the results will be all right. Believe that the guidance God gives you has already been worked out by God to produce the required results according to your case and in your circumstances. So follow God's guidance according to your conscience. God has knowledge of your individual life and character, your capabilities and your weaknesses. Here's our prayer of the day. I pray that I may live according to the dictates of my conscience. I pray that I may leave the results to God.
Amen.
A to the man.
Do you remember what she said after that for just for today?
I would have to look. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Must have been funny. The most used emoji 3 times.
You'll have to remind me of that one. Oh, he does. Raise his hand. He knows. He's a loyal member. He knows it. Ah, sweet. Wendy, we'd love to have you a part of our community. Join our Discord and our private Facebook group. The private Facebook group is a good place. It has the posts. People post inspirational stuff in there. But to where people really get to know each other in this community is the Discord. And Discord's just an app. It takes a minute to learn if you've never been in it. I'm still learning it. The thing does, it's crazy. It's got different rooms. You can actually, if you need support, there's a room that says, I need support. You jump in there and just say help, or you put a little at support, and everybody gets pinged. We will jump into the voice, and you can actually do like a Skype meeting that's similar to a Skype or a Zoom. And you don't have to have the video on or nothing. We just help. I've seen it numerous times this past 3 weeks, numerous times. People are just hurting heart, and we just jump in, we listen. We don't minimize, we don't criticize. We let you spill your heart out till you feel better, and then we chit-chat and we move on. And that's how we help each other grow. It gives people who need help an opportunity to get help. It gives people who want to help the opportunity to help. It's a twofer, because sometimes you help, sometimes you need help. And either way, you're growing by doing one or the other.
Tyrone says, friends have great highs and terrible lows, so I'm quitting for good.
Good, Tyrone. Great goals.
At least you thought of me, even though it was because of your donuts.
That
Thanks, Teeter.
Teeter.
I tried to be loyal, says Naomi. It's okay to miss a few days.
We're all learning. We are all learning. All right, it's 8:18. We're a little bit behind, but this is where we go through the questions from the Discord. In the Discord, there's questions for the live, and I will bring up the questions in the chat. We can talk about them. You guys throw out your answer. I'll give you my best opinion. Christine says, what's the most important thing to do or have prepared when coming out of rehab? That is a good question. Maybe things they don't tell you in rehab itself. I wasn't inpatient very long, but got me thinking about the addict, and maybe Felice has some info for the spouses too. So that's kind of a double question. I'll answer what I had prepared coming out of rehab, and then maybe Felice can answer what she maybe was ready for as I came out of rehab, because I had to go to 5 months in intense outpatient, and so I was gone every night from 5:30 to 9 o'clock, 5 days a week, and then we had to go to AA and NA meetings on the weekends. And my biggest thing is a relapse prevention plan. Right? I mean, if they don't make you do one, which I hope that they would, if they don't make you write a relapse, what's relapse? That's going backwards in your recovery a little bit in your mind and actually using drugs or alcohol. Have a plan to prevent that. Relapse prevention plan. Write it down. I would close all my back doors. What do I mean by that? If you have phone numbers in your phone that you could actually reach out where nobody would know and contact people and go get drunk or high on the down low under the radar, delete them, get rid of them, let them know you're in recovery, you quit drinking, let everybody know. If you're a pill popper and you have to go to the doctor and you're looking for that freebie high and nobody would ever know you got this prescription, you are in charge of closing that back door. So I would say relapse prevention plan and closing your back door. Include in your relapse prevention plan what your plans are to prevent relapse, how you're going to close your back doors, what support system you're going to set up, who around you are you going to be able to call, Who's your sponsor? Do you got a sponsor? Make sure you're actively pursuing a sponsor. What meetings you're going to attend, what book you're going to study. And this doesn't mean start studying like you're going for some essay for your doctorate. This just means get into a book to keep your head in recovery. Because once you get pulled out of that cushion of rehab, all of a sudden, boom, you land in a wide open world of back to real life. And so set yourself up for success.
So while he was in rehab, I made sure that everything was taken care of around the house so that he didn't have to worry about anything that was going on here, and he could just focus on what he needed to do. And then when he come out, I made sure I was available to go to any AA or NA meetings he wanted to go to. I made sure I was available to go to his aftercare one together. If there's anything we need to talk about together. But I just made myself available and willing to listen. And then also, because I've talked to a lot of other spouses, but they get butthurt that their spouse doesn't always confide in them. And so you have to prepare your mind that your spouse is going to confide in other addicts, which is okay, because that's where they need to confide, because those are the people that relate. So just be available, and then don't get upset if they say, hey, I'm triggered right now, or if they want to talk to their recovery
Or if they need a
friends.
meeting.
Yep.
Yeah, let them do their recovery.
Yeah, because it's their recovery and they do it their way. You're just there as support, whatever they need. I did not go to Al-Anon, Sky. I did biblical counseling, and that really helped me a lot.
All right. Next question. JV
I need
says,
to watch Austin Powers.
what are some of the things you say to yourself and meditation practices you perform to talk and project yourself out of fear that the toxic and malice world you have left will never be part of your life ever again? The first thing that came to mind, Jay, is uglify. Uglify, uglify, uglify. And that would be the meditation part of it, because I don't really sit and meditate very often unless my mind and my anxiety are through the roof and I'm having a hard time controlling my brain and my thoughts. That's the only time I really will go and actively like meditate to gain control of my thought. And that's what I would do. I would uglify it through the meditation. And the fear, brother, I punch fear in the face. That's just me personally. All the steps you've probably seen me take since you've met me, I don't really care what people think. I mean, obviously I'm human. People can say negative things about me and I feel bad, but I'm going to make the choices I'm going to make, and I'm not going to allow that toxic person to bring me down, period. And if I look at what I have to give in order to be a part of a relationship, in a support group, in the relationship, we're all given to each other because we're all supporting each other. But if there's somebody outside of that type of mentality, where if I'm a part of that relationship and it's toxic and it costs me healthy energy and is a threat to my sobriety or my serenity or my family unity, they're out. I draw, it's not that I'm being a jerk, I just draw a boundary. I say, if you're going to be like this, I choose to not be a part of it. I love you. You can be like that, but this is the type of lifestyle I live. I'm drawing this boundary. You live your life, I live mine. If you want to be a part of my life, you can come up to this level and live positively. No gossiping, no drama, all that kind of stuff. A recovery, positive for the future type of mindset. I don't know if that's really what you were getting at, but that's kind of what it made me think about. So, good question, John. Thank you.
I want to address Tyrone real quick. He says, I can't go to rehab because of kids and wife, but I'm going to quit on my own for y'all and my family. I'm going to tell you what I told LT is when he was in rehab, I saw more of him there than I did when I ever saw him in his active addiction. Does that make sense? So if you're staying home because you feel like your family and your kids are going to miss you, they'll see more of you and who you really are if you get help for you than if you keep trying on your own and failing and staying in active addiction.
Tyrone, if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to take care of your family. And if you're not going to get clean for yourself, you're definitely not getting clean for your family. We're learning that through these books, there's an addict that takes over. There's a personality that takes us over. You may say, I love my kids more, but your addict and who you are in active addiction loves your addiction more than you love your kids and your wife and your family. At face value, saying, I love that, that's just a cold, hard fact. I love drinking. When I was in my active addiction, I don't now. I did. When I was in my active addiction, I loved it more than her, and I loved it more than my kids. I loved it more than my job. I loved it more than taking care of this property. It's just the addict becomes self-centered, and that is the only thing you care about, is maintaining that relationship with the addict and pushing everything else away. So if you don't take care of yourself first, put that life mask on you as if the plane is going down on you, you will not take care of them. Your first why, your why with your wife and kids is a good why. That is, why am I getting clean for my wife and kids? That's great. Hang on to that. But at the end of the day, bro, you got to be doing it for yourself.
Yeah.
Joey, you're absolutely right. I did look out on that one.
Your family will be very much happy. Thank you, Joey.
And next question. Miss Creepy Cat says, what happens when you ask a question during the question answer segment? Genuine question for live. You get 2 thumbs up for multitasking, or maybe 4 thumbs up if Felice wants to chuck hers in the air. Great job. Great job. I seen it pop up. I was truly impressed at your typing skills. You had to maybe live stream with Dez and teach him how to type, even though he has figured out voice to chat. That's awesome. So,
hey, Big Hump.
Big Hump in the house. Dude, a Big Hump. I love having you in the Discord. That is so cool. It's like it's like as soon as I get into Discord and we all start just kind of getting to know each other and stuff, all of a sudden it's like, ooh, more family.
It's really welcome, cool. Amanda Grubbs.
Amanda Grubbs in the house. Cool. Is this new?
And Corey.
Welcome. Cool picture.
That is a cool picture.
Yes, it is. Alrighty then. Let's jump into our increasing the addictive process. You're in the middle of addiction. We already went to stage 2 or stage 1. Now it's stage 2. And as I like to call it, your addict is showing in the negative labeling. You remember yesterday, as soon as your addict starts to show, your family starts to label you. Your family starts saying, you're a bum, you're irresponsible, you're untrustworthy. And these labels start attaching to the personality of the addict, and creates energy for the addict to feed off to go deeper into this dark hole of addiction. In the negative label that gets attached during the addictive process, an addictive personality finds more freedom to act irresponsibly. They already think about it, so who gives a shit? Probably my French. That's what we say, right? It gives us more freedom to act deeply and more deeply into being irresponsible. Addicts themselves buy into these negative labels, and this adds much shame to their life. So they buy into them, and now they're adding shame upon shame on top of their head. The labeling process is frightening for both the addict and the family involved, for it is in a way acknowledging the danger they live with daily. The labeling process is but one change that is happening to the addict and to the people surrounding the addict. It is through this dishonest interaction with others that the delusion system of the addict becomes complete. In stage 2, an addict's delusion system and defense system are used repeatedly and increasingly relied upon. The addict begins to feel more confidence in the ability to manipulate others, but the addict's self feels more shame. Remember, you still are inside there deep down. And when you're feeling that dark shame, that's you. Your addict don't care. That's why it seems like, when your addict's reeling you in to use, come on, this feels so good. You start feeling good. You're buying into it. Oh, yeah, this does feel better. And then instantly the addict turns and be like, pow! Oh, shame. Look at you, you piece of crap. You are right. Look, they're right about you. You are a bum. You are irresponsible. All these things just start beating you down.
What page?
51.
Hey, Jerry. Glad you're here. What up, Dawn?
Jerry, football player. I'll call him Jerry 440. So, the addict self feels more shame and lost and isolated. Addicts feel like strangers within themselves. Do you guys remember feeling like a stranger inside your own body? No one knows better than those who suffer from addiction the pain, anger, and despair of being emotionally and spiritually cut off from others and from themselves. Amanda with the question mark. What does that mean? Oh, what book is that? Sorry. It's Addictive Personality by Craig Nacken. It's a really good book. We've gone through addictive thinking. Now we're going through addictive personality. One of my favorite books that we went through was Staying Sober right here.
Yep, there's a link.
And there's a link to it. You can click on there and get yourself one. Where was I? So nobody knows better than those who suffer from addiction, the pain, the anger, and the despair of being emotionally and spiritually cut off from others, right? This continued discomfort of emotional and spiritual desperation causes the self to reach the addict for relief. So all this combined, all the layers of shame and guilt put on top of the self because of the spiral into addiction, you start reaching for that addict even more for relief from the pain. And remember our addiction logic that we talked about? We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Causes the self to reach the addict for relief, sinking deeper into addiction. Here we go. The deeper we go. Pain and anger fuel the addictive process and are major byproducts of addiction, both for addicts and for those who surround them. As pain or stress increases, the addict feels more justified in acting out. Because of this, and because of addicts adjust to the mood changes produced by their acting out over time, they feel a need to act out more frequently and with greater intensity. $32.30, dang it.
Oh, man.
Refs canceled an hour before. Oh, man, I hate that crap. Played with makeshift refs, and yeah, we've been to those games. Hey, we're getting there, Teeter. Absolutely.
I hold the Dario 75 to go.
417, page 417. How many of you guys remember in your active addiction, your tolerance increasing? It didn't take just a couple hits of weed to get you high. You had to smoke a bong and power hit it. You didn't have to drink a 6-pack of beer to get drunk. You had to drink a 12-pack plus a few shots. You didn't have to do 1 little gram. You had to do a couple grams, right? And then you had to do them almost back to back. Who remembers their tolerance increasing?
Aubrey says, I only believed what my mind was telling me, and it lied to me that I was not an alcoholic. When I reached down inward to my soul, God set the captive, my soul, free from the bondage of my mind. I'm still getting to know myself, and I used to feel I have a stranger inside of me.
I think there was a sailor. He wrote a song about that. Amazing grace. That saved a wretch like me, huh?
Hey, RJ. It's called...
Cool. What's going on? Addictive Personality, Craig Nacken. Very good book. About halfway through it.
Mark says his was through the roof.
Well, I feel like Merck was like me. It was like, even if our tolerance was here, we're still trying to do this much. I would just do as much as I could until my body said, nope, bloop. I'm lucky, man. Merck, we're lucky to be alive, bro.
Signal, stupid sprint. Wi-Fi.
Hit that Wi-Fi, Amanda.
I do fifths and half gallons. I was doing double, triple. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, I remember. Yep. You're welcome. Tolerance is going up.
You're welcome, RJ, and thank you for being here. That's what we do on this channel. If you just tuned in, if you're brand new here, we have a community. We're a bridge to a community greater than ourselves who support and love each other. Here we spend an hour educating ourselves on what addiction is so that we can be better prepared when things come up and why we act the way we act. We start realizing these things about us. It helps us in our recovery. It just puts a turbo on our recovery to learn. And then when you go to AA and it's your turn to talk, we all got something a little more valuable to say and to help. And we get, help. It gets help. Education is good.
You got it, LT. When I was singing for dinner at Salvation Army, that song made me cry after July 20th, 1997. I was set free.
Amen, brother. Addicts develop what is called a tolerance, which simply means they get used to the mood change produced by their acting out. The mood change that once provided a high isn't enough anymore. And because of this tolerance and the increased anger and pain, so not only are you getting used to the drug, but the way you're acting out is increasing anger, pain, shame, and guilt. So it's almost twofold. You have to use more to get the high you're looking for, and you have to use more because you have more tremendous guilt and pain you're trying to relieve yourself from. Because tolerance and the increased anger and pain levels, addicts in stage 2 start to act out more frequently and in more dangerous ways.
These are the things I like to hear. I would have probably relapsed at least 5 times so far if I didn't have y'all to reach out in the middle of the day to walk me off the ledge.
Amen, Sky. Me too. I've been talked off the ledge of just freakouts this morning.
Amanda.
Alicia and Nathan helped me keep me a level head this morning.
All right, here. Just stop to relapse.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Saving lives. Good job, chat.
Hey, Antoine.
What's going on, Antoine?
I knew I needed to quit when I was drinking gallons and didn't get drunk. Right?
Right? I'm not drunk and all of a sudden you just pass out. That's what I would do.
Yeah. Let's see, John. Keep the gears going and keep learning and growing more insight on the things that are working and the things that are not.
Amen. I love it. So our frequent acting out and our dangerous ways of acting out, episodes such as these are very frightening for addicts because something they have felt inside for a long time is confirmed. Remember stage 1, you start feeling like you're out of control. And now that you're into stage 2 and these huge tolerance jumps start happening, guilt and shame, now you start really feeling out of control. And it's confirmed, yep, I'm out of control.
That's how Des feels right this second.
Bloody buffering. Hopefully it's not on our end.
I want to go back to RJ real quick. His first time here, celebrating 6 months.
6 months.
Ooh.
What is 6 months? 30, 60,
180?
90, 120, 180. Dang, I don't have an 180 day one.
I thought we did.
30, 60, 90, right?
Oh. Yeah. We
Dang
need to make one.
I got to get on it, y'all. I got to get on it.
We almost had something.
Almost had something cool for RJ.
But we're cool enough.
Proud of you, dude. 6 months. That's good. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Right here.
Congrats.
That's 60 days.
Hey, Jessica Roberts. I saw your car at Smith's today, but I did not
Hi,
see
Jessica.
you. Glad you're here. This is Jessica, whom I love. She's amazing.
Good to see you.
She was there during my rough times.
Mm-hmm.
You were a good friend.
Alrighty then. I think on that note, it's time to hit that button. You know what button I'm talking about. This is the Cassie quote of the day button.
Hey, my recovering addict family. I'm here as always with that motivational quote on Recovering Addict. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. William James.
Ooh la la.
And as always, you guys know what to do. Let's bring it together and continue to spread that love.
Yes,
Thank
Cassie.
you, Cassie. Oh, we love you too, Jessica Roberts. We need to get together.
Hold on, we got a little tyke at the door. What's up, buddy?
No.
Who are you looking for?
No.
Go check over across the street at the Vierno's house. Do you know what I'm talking about? The house right there on the corner.
Yep, check the corner house.
Or the shop.
So episodes such as these are very frightening for addicts because something they felt inside for a long time is confirmed. They're out of control. These episodes are often followed by a fury. All right, raise your hand if this rang true for you. You're in stage 2. Things are out of control. You know you're out of control. And this is followed by a fury, a flurry of promises to stop acting out and start acting right. Addicts make such promises to convince themselves that they're in control, or at least they will be in the future, right? Oh, I promise I'm never, all right, that's it. It's the last time I'm going to do that. Oh, I'm not going to drink anymore. Oh, I'm not going to do that no more. Been there, done that? Yep, I have. The addict reaches deep inside at this point, and we gather all of our remaining willpower, and we're going to act right. We're going to do it as long as possible. But soon, that fear, that guilt, that shame, it don't last very long. It wears off, right? It gets pushed deep enough into the side that the addict regains full control. The addict is back in charge over self, and the person returns to the addiction, returns to acting out once again. At times, acting out can be a way of dealing with the shame. After intense episodes of acting out, the addict needs to make sense out of what happened and turns to his or her delusion system and the addictive logic for answers. Remember, we talked about what addictive logic is. Using addictive logic, the person finds a way to explain away what is happening. Addictive logic is when drink and alcohol and drugs is the problem. That is the problem with what's going on with us. But we blame something else. Oh, no, it's not the drugs. It's not the alcohol. That's not the problem. That's the problem. That's why I do this. That's addictive logic. And this is protecting the addictive personality and the acting out behavior. And a compulsive gambler might believe her financial trouble isn't due to gambling, but rather that she's had a bad tip or her house payment's too big. See? I'm not addicted to gambling. That's not the problem. That was a bad tip right there. Or dang, if I just had a smaller house, this wouldn't be a big deal. The shoplifter believes his problems stem from his family and his troubled emotions, not from stealing. I don't steal because that's not the problem. I steal because of family and I'm lost inside. But the stealing has nothing to do with that. Because of the delusion system, it is nearly impossible for addicts to see the true reasons they are hurting. Because of the delusion system, it is nearly impossible for addicts to see the true reasons they are hurting. They believe it's because people don't understand them or because the world is a tough place to live.
Right. And watch out, folks. Peter now has Discord.
Did you just jump in here, bro? Let me look. What's your name in here? I don't see you. Oh, well, we'll find out. We'll find out shortly.
Jessica Roberts has a question. How do I come alongside an addict who doesn't believe they are an addict? That's a good question. They're in the denial stage.
So they're obviously in stage 2 at some point because you notice that something's wrong with them. At this point, you can't go up and say you have a problem. You are this and that. You could maybe say, I'm concerned. I'm concerned that there's a problem with whatever you're using. And just voice your concerns. They're not going to listen. They're going to justify whatever it is and maybe even attack you. But the big thing would be to not enable. Don't be an enabler at this point.
That's what I would suggest too. I don't know how close you are to this person, or if you're in a position to enable, but maybe suggest to whoever is closest to not enable. And to not enable someone just means that you step back and you let them suffer the consequences of their addiction. Like one of the stories that is in an article I read is if your husband is drinking and you help him into the house and put him to bed, and then you wake up and make breakfast, and in the morning he wakes up and he's like, oh, everything's fine, all went well. But so that would be enabling. But what should happen is if he comes home drunk and passes out on the lawn, you just leave him on the lawn, and then you come in the house, and in the morning you make breakfast like you usually do. But he has to do the walk of shame and suffer the consequences of what his addiction has caused. So that's just an example of how not to enable. But I would suggest that you tell the family to get help, and that would be the best spark right there, because it's how you address addiction that's really going to help the addict. And I have some stuff I'll share with you.
Word. Mark Anonymous. What did we miss?
I don't know.
Oh, there it is. Mark Anonymous. Let him figure it out. 100%.
Okay, that's what he said.
Uh-oh.
What?
I don't like being jail tested. That's not fun.
Kyle says he's been left in the driveway more than once. I left LT at my mom's house. He didn't want to come home. I was like, okay, bye. See you later. And then I told Alicia not to give you a ride home, but she's too soft.
Yeah, thank God she did.
I would have picked you up in the morning.
Oh, I should have just stayed there and kept drinking. What's up, Sean Kelso? Is that new? I can't remember.
No, this is Christine Sean.
Oh, yeah, Sean. Jeez. I knew that.
He just jumped in.
I'm glad you're here, brother. Yeah, Sean. Glad you made it.
But yeah, Jessica, reach out to me on the side.
Yeah, Sean. Everybody give Sean some loves.
Shawnee!
Alrighty then. July 20th. Here's our Just for Today. If you've noticed, and you've been here through this whole episode, you'll see that we read out of AA at the beginning. Now here it's near the end. If we didn't say the prayer, the show ain't over. We read out of Just for Today. AA at the beginning, NA at the end. Some pretty good content in the middle. It's a nice recovery sandwich, if you ask me. Minus the Vegemite. We don't put Vegemite in our sandwiches over here.
Until we get some.
No, we try it. Then I'll probably put it on everything.
A Vegemite sandwich.
Step 1. We admitted that we were powerless over addiction, that our lives had become unmanageable. The first step begins with we. And there's a reason for that. There's a great strength in making a verbal admission of our powerlessness. And when we get to the meetings and make this admission, we gain more than personal strength. We become members, part of a collective, we, that allows us together to recover from addiction. With membership in NA comes, I just remembered I didn't read something I wanted to read. All right, I'm going to finish this and we're going to read what I wanted to read. We become members, a part of a collective, we, that allows us together to recover from our addiction. With membership of NA comes a wealth of experience, the experience of other addicts who have found a way to recover from their disease. No longer must we try to solve the puzzle for our addiction on our own. We can do it together. Why? Because we recover better
Together.
together. When we honestly admit our powerlessness over our addiction, we can begin the search for a better way to live. We won't be searching alone. We're in good company. So just for today, I will start the day with an admission of my powerlessness over addiction. I will remind myself that the first steps starts with we, and know that I never have to be alone with my disease again. A to the men.
Amen.
All right, so I wanted to read something out of my peer support thing that I'm learning. And this is just something I hope that you carry with you inside. So real quick, I want to do an exercise. Everybody, stop chatting with each other. Listen up. Got your attention? Thank you. Right now, think about yourself. Think about one strength. One strength. I know you have one, and I know you know it. What is one strength you know about yourself? And put that in the comments. Something that you know you have a strength. For example, I have good leadership skills. I'm very on time. If I say I'm going to be somewhere at noon, I'm going to be there 10 minutes early or maybe 20. I cannot be late. Drives me insane. If I put my mind to something, I attack it. What is something that you have as strength? Where is one of your strengths? Let us know. And as I'm waiting for those to pop up, I'm going to read this and why I ask that. And then I want you to turn this into a new habit into your daily life. Take this into Tuesday, okay? And if you're in Australia, take it into the rest of your day and then into Wednesday. And it's about positivity. Unfortunately, human beings are not accustomed to think about their own strengths. You're not accustomed to think about your own strengths. That's why I'm asking you to do it. Think about it and put something in here about yourself that you know is a strength. We may have a wonderful day where we are repeatedly complimented and made to feel valued. All day, somebody will be like, man, that looks awesome. Hey, nice haircut. Whoa, you did a good job. Wow, you're great. But if one person during that day utters a negative comment our way, it's that comment that we will dwell on. Okay? It can take a great many positive comments to overcome a single negative one. Choose your words wisely, maybe that could be put in there. So as a support person, everybody in this group, this community is a support. We are all a support, and we can play an important role in helping others recognize strengths upon which they can be built. It starts with a pleasant smile, a positive attitude. So think about this as you go throughout your day and you interact with anybody you're going to interact with the rest of this evening and all through the rest of your life. It can start with a pleasant smile or a positive attitude. Once you become accustomed to looking for strengths in others, make this a priority and a mission to look for strengths in others. You will find it easy task. Even if you barely know another person, is likely you can find something pleasant, favorable, or positive. Compliments at the begin and the end of any conversation can have powerful effects on each other. So what kind of strengths can you find in each other and others? It may be something such as a pleasant smile, being on time, nice jewelry, neat appearance, a sense of humor, or even the willingness to come for service during difficult times. Practice pays off. Once you begin to look for strengths in others, you will find it a hard habit to break. You may find yourself complimenting people standing in line behind you. You meet on the street or in an elevator. Your reward for your observance and kind comment will be a smile and the knowledge you made someone feel better that day. The place to start is by examining your own strengths. Like I said, again, this may be a difficult task for some, but make a list. Everybody do this tonight if you want. Make a list and then take that list and show it to one of your loved ones, and they'll often identify your strengths that you didn't even know you had. They'll be like, oh, what about this? And think about your strengths and periodically add it to your list. When you're feeling a little bit blue, now this is a tool. You just made a whole list of your positive traits and strengths. You start feeling blue, take out that list, and it's going to help cheer you up. And then be sensitive with your words. From now on, go throughout the day and this evening and anybody else you interact with and look for something positive in them and pay them compliment about it. Like Felice, good job for standing by me while I was a piece of crap.
Thanks. I would have said helpful and serving. I'm good at those.
Yeah, and smart
And
words.
that goes I think with that.
Want to read off some of people's strengths for us?
I would love to. Should we start with Desmond's?
What about Kyle?
Did you read Desmond's?
Yeah.
That one made me laugh. Loyal. A. Very good. I'm awesome with my nephew and niece. Yes.
Awesome.
Leadership and helpful. Mark is caring. Faith and love. Helpful. We still love you.
So Sherry's really compassionate and empathetic.
Compassionate.
That's awesome.
Mark is honest. Jerry is critical thinking, thoughtful, loving.
Great smile, always a cheerful
Yeah.
smile.
Compassionate.
Brittany's very caring.
Caring.
Passionate too, I would put. John,
Listening.
100%, you are a very good listener. On top of that, you can tell when you listen, you're not waiting for your turn to talk. You listen with the intent of helping whatever that person, even if it's just to be quiet. But even at the end of a conversation, your input is obvious of your listening skills. Very proud of that.
Listening.
Good job,
Listening.
Raylene. Big hump, good job.
Sweet. Great at planning and read scientific research for fun.
Mm.
Thank you for the compliment, John.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm a great mother.
Yes, you are.
Uh,
It's nice as a compliment.
helpful and giving.
Yeah, I can see that, Petey.
Thank you, LT.
Welcome, John.
Plus, John is wise.
Very wise.
So, Desmond, I feel like Desmond is also very caring.
Desmond is compassionate,
He's an amazing
loving,
man.
caring, great sense of humor. Probably one of the funniest guys in the chat.
Yeah.
Always there. You can count on him. He's going to do what he says he's going to do. Desmond's awesome.
Yeah. Like, you got great qualities, Desmond. That's what I say to my hubby is thanks for sticking by my side when I wasn't a mother or wife. And I was just a junkie. Takes a special person, special someone. Oh, thank you, Ashley.
100%.
That was very kind. I would say I'm loyal.
Absolutely.
You're welcome, Brittany. I know you said LT, but I'm gonna say you're welcome. I'm a nerd.
Me too.
Des is many, many great things.
He is.
Absolutely. Open to conversation. There's one for John. Des is an incredible guy, a bastion of wisdom, and an extraordinary friend. Raina is honest, yes, caring, compassionate, loving, and great sense of humor.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
Amazing sense of humor. Erin, compassion.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Loyal, always there. You know when she speaks, you're not getting tongue-in-cheek. It's from the heart, 100%.
I'm just me.
That's a good person to be.
That is a good person.
That's beautiful.
To be. And you have great qualities too. You're very focused. When you put your mind something, you do it. You have great goals. I can tell you're a very caring person from when we chatted.
Mm-hmm.
LT Fleece and the kids are always genuine. Your light shines so bright for those of us living in the dark place.
Amen. I'm
Thank
glad.
you.
Thank you for the compliments. Now, look, y'all. How does everybody feel right now? We just thought of strengths. We just sat here and complimented each other and loved on each other and talked about our positive. How great does it feel? Now, take this into tomorrow and do the same thing around people. I know you're going to get confronted by somebody that's maybe hard to deal with. Take it as a challenge. This person is very hard to deal with, but I'm going to find something positive about him, and I'm going to pay him a compliment.
Sean, what is something
Positive
positive
affirmations.
about
Good.
you? You didn't list anything, and I know you got something. Beautiful heart.
Mm-hmm. Desmond's a psychologist. All right. On that, y'all. John, I'm going to give you time to post your deal that you like to post. Amen. John, I 100% agree. Ready?
Yep.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. And
Amen.
thank you, Lord. Let us continue tomorrow with making a habit out of finding positive in others. In your name, amen.
Amen.
Okay, y'all. We will be back tomorrow night at 8. We will be back Wednesday at 8 and Thursday at 8. And then after Thursday, we are starting our new schedule for 3 months. And then we will reevaluate after that. Remember, we recover better together
Yes.
by staying safe, staying sane, staying strong, and staying sober. You're worth it. Good night, family.
Good night. We love you.
We will be back tomorrow, 8 o'clock sharp, as always. And until then, do not put yourself in a high-risk situation. Stay strong, work your programs, and remember, we recover better together.